Namaskar and a very warm welcome to NCRT's live interactive program. I am Neha Tripathi. You are watching us on Swayam Prabha's channel Kishore Manch. You can also watch us on our NCRT's official YouTube channel, NCRT Official. Learn at home. This is what everybody is suggesting, talking, promoting, and experimenting these days. So, we are also here with our webinar sessions every day at 4 p.m. talking about different learning and teaching platforms. Today, we will know in detail about the collaborative e classrooms via Teams. This is something being used by most of the schools for students and their learning. So, knowing the system in detail will help you as a teacher to guide the students and as the parent about using and benefiting from the platform. So, let's welcome Ms. Kripali Ratan Sangvi, who is going to join us from Gujarat. She is a National ICT awardee entitled by NCRT under CBSE Schools category. She is an innovative education expert and master trainer of technology. She is at present a computer science educator at Udgam School for Children in Gujarat. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Neha ma'am, for the introduction. I am actually grateful to CIT, NCRT, Professor Behra sir, Angel ma'am, Indu ma'am, and all the CIT, the entire CIT team for giving me this opportunity on this platform to speak about Teams. Thank you
Yes,
so much, ma'am.
it is an honor for us, ma'am, that we will be learning so much from you in next 1 hour. But before that, I'll just take a few seconds to inform our viewers that if you have any questions, queries related to Teams, you can come to us through our toll-free numbers, which is 1800 111 265 and 1800 You can even email us your queries, questions, suggestions at ciet.kishoremunch@gmail.com. And you can even come to our official YouTube channel. If you're watching us at YouTube, you can just comment in the comment section at the YouTube channel, talking about your queries, about your suggestions, about anything you feel like. Even you can give your feedback about the session as well. So let's start with this session on Teams. And Teams, as the name suggests, promotes a teamwork and environment, which is very important for anyone who wants to excel in life. So, being an innovative education expert, ma'am, how do you see this platform and what do you suggest our viewers?
Yeah, basically, I was going through a lot of platforms for video conferencing tool into the classroom, but
Mm-hmm.
still there was no. I found that there was a connect which is required in a real classroom environment. So I wanted to look forward for a platform which could bring that feeling of a real classroom environment. And then I came across Teams. I look forward for the features of Teams, and in terms of data privacy, I would like to share my screen over here. In terms of data privacy, I thought that, like, yes, before I connect with my viewers, let me make it very clear that why Teams? Because Teams is a platform which can manage and monitor all in one centralized portal. Like, for example, if you want to see your students' data, your teachers' data, you want to check for your school information portal, you can find everything at one centralized place. The second thing is the school data at rest remains in the organization. That is very much important. If we use some conferencing tool where we don't know where the data goes to, whether it goes to the third party apps or what. So here we are rest assured that the data will remain within the school organization. The next thing is the manageability to configure and set policies at per user level. For example, you want to give some policy to the teachers, that would be quite different from what you want to give it to your student. So that is again feasible. The multi-factor authentication, this gives an enhanced identity protection to the students as well as for the teachers to be very specific about their identity on a social media or on an online platform. The last and not the least, data encryption, which is always required, whether the data is at rest with your school or it goes in a transit mode from one place to another on an online medium. So that's why I choose on Teams. Yes, Neha ma'am.
You have answered the most important question in the beginning only because many people would think, why should we watch this session? What is so important in theme in this thing? Teams. So let's start with the session and let our viewers understand how it works, how it helps us in learning and teaching process.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. Let's continue with the thing. Yeah, I'll just continue with my slides.
Mm-hmm.
So I choose e-classrooms via Teams because learning can begin from anywhere. The team lets you know what all of us are feeling at this session is basically from an educator to an educator. So my focus will lie on what an educator is experiencing at this moment and what a child experiences when he's out of his classroom environment. So let me talk about teams. It will let you quickly pull together a team of people inside. With the past 15 days of story which I experienced with teams is I feel connected with my staff, I feel connected with my vice principal ma'am, principal ma'am, talking, discussing about the pedagogy, curriculum planning and everything with teams. The students are connected into their classroom with their teachers on a one-to-one basis. They can share and co-author a document with the teacher. They are meeting every day into the classroom. The only difference what they feel is they are not in a physical communication or a physical contact with the teacher. So yes, Teams is one place where you will be able to have live lectures. You can chat with the teachers. You can converse or co-author your file resources with the subject teachers. And yes, you can be into your classroom with your student on a one-to-one basis. There are three different types of teams. The first type of teams is class teams. The second one is staff and PLC. And why this both 3 to 4 types of teams are given, it is based on the different types of usage. The class team generally is useful for a classroom environment where students are there and a teacher is there. The different subject teachers comes into the class team, teaches the student, takes the assignment and submits the assignment. The second type of team here is a staff team. So this was all about the class team, which helps the teachers easily manage the class workflow, right? As I've discussed earlier, they can create, share, and grade assignment. Even they could collaborate on a project with the student on an online medium. The second type of team, which I was discussing, was staff teams. The staff team can be used for whole school initiative. Like for example, if a principal ma'am wants to have a school improvement plan, she can use it with the staff team. The disciplinary reports could be created on it. If the counselors want to work on social and emotional learning programs, she could create a team for that. The teachers could evaluate and keep the record of her work into the classroom with the help of this technology support and instruction as well as for curriculum planning. So this was the second type of teams. Let's go to the third type of team. The third type of team is professional learning community. Now, what is a PLC? A PLC is nothing, but it is an extended learning community. You know, in our schools, we have sports club, we have extra activities club, some other extracurricular activities keeps on going on. So this type of team could be created in order to maintain the record of such clubs or sport teams or any other things. Moving towards a step now, yes, definitely the audience might be thinking about, you're talking a lot about teams, the type of teams, but how to go about it. Yes, dear all, we can start with step one, that is get your domain deployed free for your school. I'm using your word free for your school because right now this Microsoft Teams is totally free. If you get a license, it will be free. It's not only for the COVID scenario. You can get your Office 365 deployed free for your school by just providing your school domain. The setup of the domain is the second step that we are going to do with. What do you understand by the setup school domain? That is where you are going to set up your school with your users. You are going to assign appropriate role policies to the users. And nextly, we'll talk about step 4. That is how to download Teams on your devices. Now here I have used the word devices. Yes, I need to say that we can use Teams synchronous with multiple devices at a time. So you are not stuck. If your one software is not working, if your app is not working, you can immediately switch towards the web app. And if the web app is not working, you can switch towards your mobile devices or the gadgets. The fifth and the last step we are going to talk about is how to set up team. Now the word team, I mean to say classroom, how to set up your classroom. You know, when the session begins, it's an abrupt beginning of the session. We are going to a virtual classrooms, but you know, when the session begins, we have a lot of preparation done for the classrooms. So the same thing we are going to do with setup team. Moving towards the first, second and third step. As I told you, prepare your organization's network. Now, what is it? Yes, your question would be, I have a large organization of maybe 3,500 students, or I may have only 200 students. It's absolutely fine. You can just get your Office 365 deployed for your school and you will be supported by the team, where the team will give you multiple users imported as a CSV format. That multiple users which are imported as per the policy, meeting policy, messaging policy, team policies, whatever is required, they will set, and these policies are based on your requirement. When I say meeting policies, the call control, you don't want your child to show the video. Okay, again, there is a policy. You don't want the students to interrupt into the classroom by sharing their screen in between. Again, there is a policy. So there are multiple policies, which I will go in detail if time permits. So this was our step 1, 2, and 3. free. Now let's move to the step 4. Step 4 is, again, as I told you, we have to download Teams before we start working on it. It's free and it provides consistent experience across devices. Your question would be which device? As you can see, we can download it on a desktop, we can use a tablet, we can even use a browser. Yeah, browser. When your question comes, how it is possible that I can use a browser? So I would say that the browser will be used. I'll just take my laser pointer here. Yes, the browsers which are supported is Edge, Chrome, and Safari. Safari to some extent, where few features may not work, but yes, with Chrome, I have tried. It works fully. The devices like phone, iPhone, and Android, and the Windows and Linux platform. So how to download Teams? So this is for all of you. It's very simple. You just have to type https://teams.microsoft.com/downloads. Once you go to this page, you will find Teams, where there is an option to download either for your Windows or Mac devices. For your web client, you can directly type in the browser. For your mobiles and iOS devices, I request you could go to your Play Store or Apple App Store and download the Teams mobile app. So
Ma'am,
this
you
is
are
how.
telling us about the downloading thing. There is one thing that I want to understand, that it is important to register as a school, because we are talking only about the school level. No other
Yes.
organizations also can join, or as an individual also I can work.
Yeah, I would like to reply that. That's a good question. Yes, right now we are talking about organization as a school, but yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely it is available for business for free till 30th June in the COVID scenario. So if you
Mm-hmm.
want to go for business thing, you can rather you can go for products.office.com and you can go for the business store. You will find a chat room. I have a PPT there also. If the time permits, we'll go to that steps also.
Great.
So if there are viewers who want to get it for their classes or for their online institutions, or maybe for their own personal business, yes, they can use it till 30th June.
Great.
So
You can go ahead, ma'am. Thanks.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. So the next one is how to set up the team. So before we start up with the real demo of how to set up the team, I would like to tell you that what am I going to do with a team. Now, I'm not going to use the word team here. Whenever I say team, it means classes, how to set up your classes. The first thing we'll require here is, as we don't have students into a real classroom, we need to go for meetings and classes virtually. So you need to schedule a meeting for your class at a particular date, at a particular time. The second thing what you require to do is chat. Yes, chat is useful. We are not allowing students to chat with each other, but this feature will be useful between the subject teachers when they are brainstorming on what worksheets to be given or on what assignments have to be assigned to the children next week. At that time, they could utilize this feature. Calling is again a feature. It is similar to a Skype call, which all of us are doing. You can call up, but this again depends on all the role policies what your admin portal has decided. The next is storing file. Very important at this moment. You know, all of our students, they do not have the textbook, and NCRT provides a wide range of textbook material online. If you go to Diksha portal, if you go to Swayam portal, if you go to ePathshala app, you will find all the NCRT material there. So now the students are not aware about this. What the teachers could do is they could download their textbook resources in the ePDF form and they could upload it in the files area where the students could easily get an access to the textbook. Then the next is apps. Any other extra apps for assessment a teacher wants to add, that could be added to it, and collaboration, of course. So yeah, after this, I would like, yeah, there would be a question coming in, Neha ma'am. I would like to reply that if you are going for a free version,
Mm-hmm.
5,000 team members could be there. For example, 5,000 including teachers and students could be there, and 250 meeting participants at a time could attend the class. That is
Great.
one of the additional thing I want to point out here. So let's start up with the team demo, where we'll be talking about how to set up your class, how to set up your subject class, how to talk about the various meeting schedule and all. So yes, before I start, okay, let me give you a demo. If required, I'll switch to the class. So what I did here was I opened my team app. Sorry. Yeah, this is my team app. So do you want me to start with the login process, ma'am? So I can just.
I think if you if you tell us in the app or in the browser, that would be more beneficial for the for the users to understand, for the viewers firsthand how they will do it rather than presentation. If we can go to that platform.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, ma'am. Yes, just trying to click on the.
As ma'am is saying, it is beneficial for students. We can use it for classes. We can use it for meetings, business. There are free. It is freely available also So it can be used for other purposes as well as when we talk about interactivity, we have seen in various learning management systems that interactivity is one thing that is needed at this point of time. And in Microsoft Teams, when schools are using it, even I'm experiencing it with my child, that it is very much interactive, that teachers are sending invites to the students, they can join in and they can take classes. All the teachers are sending separate invites. As soon as you're ready, ma'am, you can let me know with the browser. If you're ready, we can go ahead with you. Are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
ready? Yeah, great.
Yes, ma'am.
Then let's start with you.
So as we told, we just have to type teams.microsoft.com in the browser. And once you type
Ma'am, we
teams.microsoft.com,
can't see your browser. I think you have to stop screen sharing and share it again to go to the browser. There's some technical issue going on here.
okay,
But
yeah,
anyways, we will wait for you to stop screen sharing and share it again so that
mm,
we can see your browser. Right now we can see your presentation only.
okay, just a
Can do
minute.
the needful, no problem. You take your time. As we know, we can use it on desktop, tablet, on the browsers as well. As ma'am told already that it can be used on Edge. It can be used very good on Chrome, but with Safari, a few features don't work, but no problem. We can do that as well. We can see this. Yes, yes, yes. Now we can see your browser, ma'am. You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. So here I'll write teams.microsoft.com. It's as
Hmm.
simple as we access or surf any other website. It will ask you to log
My
in.
apologies to interrupt. Please increase the size a bit because it is not pretty visible for the viewers, I suppose. Just a bit. Thank you. That's it.
Okay, fine.
Perfect. Yeah.
So yeah, in the address bar, I typed teams.microsoft.com as I told earlier. Once you
Hmm.
type that, you'll be asked to log in. So right now I have already signed it with my school account, that is krupali@udgamschool01.onmicrosoft.com. So you can get a domain registered, and as I've told you the earlier steps in the presentation, you'll get an ID prepared from there. So you have to log in with that sign-in ID and password. So I have
Hmm.
just entered my ID. Let's see. I'll just enter
The
my password.
teachers have to make this ID and password. The
The
teachers,
IT
all the
admin,
teachers have individually have to create it.
yes, the IT admin will
Okay.
be responsible to create all that IDs and password for the school. For
Okay.
example, and this is what the screen will look like once you are
Hmm.
loaded to it. I'll reduce the size for a time being to exactly give the audience an idea of the view. So this
Okay.
will be the screen where left hand side there will be a panel with few buttons. I know it is very small. I'll enlarge the screen, but yeah, on the left hand side there will be a panel of buttons, and here all your classes will be visible. I'll just again zoom the screen to go to each and every, yeah. So the here, if you can see now, as I've zoomed, we are seeing it here. So the
Hmm.
first button you will get is activity. So when I click on activity, it will give me a feed of activity what is happening in my classroom. For example, an assignment is mentioned in a particular class where I'm teaching. So this is just like a notification, bell notification icon that something is happening in your class. A child has submitted something. So that's the first icon on your team. That is activity. The second icon on the panel is Teams. So let's click on Teams. Now let's learn about what is team. As I've told you earlier, we have to create a team. So how to create a team? So I'll just go back to my all teams, and can you see this join or create team on the top right?
Yes.
So when we click on join or create team, I'll just quickly click on this join or create team. I'll get an option create team. This create team button, when we click, it will ask us whether you want a class team, you want a PLC team. So here we are going to create a classroom first. So let's click on classroom. Ma'am, is it loading as per what I'm doing? Or it's
Ha
getting
ha.
slow?
We can see the class. Now you have to click on it. Let's see what where it enters, what we see next. Yes,
So
it is
yeah,
there.
here I clicked on the class. So it will ask me the name of the class. So the name of the class, let's make it very particular. Class, suppose I'm teaching in class 10th. So I'll make a class 10th A, and then I want to keep the badge 2021. So that next year when I'll be using the same platform, I'm not confused with the same. So that is class 10th A 2021. The description area says I could write that this class is created for virtual learning. So you can type anything for e-learning, right? So that's a small description at present I'm giving. And now if you see, I'll just scroll up as it is a Zoom screen. Yeah, I'll go down. Now create a team from using existing team as a template. I don't want to do it. So I'll just click on next. So that's a very simple step. You just have to give the class name and you have to give the description. So here you can see that my class team, when I clicked on next, is created, and then now the next screen which is coming here is students and teachers. So now we have got a virtual room ready where we are going to teach, and after that room, now what is necessary in the room is teachers. So I'm going to add a teacher here. Let me add a teacher here. Say I have created a dummy ID here. So I'll add Reena Shah as a teacher here. So I have added her here. So now Reena Shah will be teaching class 10th A. The second one is students. Now a teacher is already there. You can add multiple teachers. You can add the same way you have to go to teachers, and again you can type the English teacher's name. Likewise, I just type Sonia, and if I have Sonia Shah, I can add like this. So multiple teachers could be added like this. Now I go to students. Now I want my students into the classroom. So for example, I have again one more ID, Sonia Shah, who will be as a student here. So we have one teacher in this class at present. You can add as many as possible. You have one student into the classroom. Again, you can add as many number of students you want to add. So once your adding of students and teachers to the class is over, you can click on close button. So this is what my class is ready, if you could see. Now I have a class. I'll just go a little bit because yeah, you can see class 10A is ready. If I go to this three dot, whenever I'll say three dot, I mean to say ellipse. So if I go to this three dot, I could manage by class. Ma'am, I just need to scroll because it's a Zoom thing. Okay, sorry. So yeah, when I click on this three dots, I'll get an option manage team. Okay, can you see this?
Yes.
Manage team?
Yes.
Yeah. So we need to click on manage team. Manage team is managing your class. That is very much necessary. You know, before our class starts, we manage the disciplinary rules. We frame the guidelines, at what time the class will come, at what time the child will enter the class, at what time he will leave the class. This is similar to that. So here I have two honors. Krupali is teaching computers and Reena will be teaching the other subject. So two teachers are as honors. Teachers are always the honor of the class. The second is members, where we have one student added. I think somehow that student didn't got added. Anyways, we could add a member anytime. So I'll just go to student and I'll add that student again. So that's once you've started the class and there is a new admission, this is the same way you're going to do. You can add that member later on. Now you can see I added Sonia here. So Sonia is there in my class. So I have two honors. That means right now I have two teachers in the class and one student. So I'm showing a live demo and then I'll be showing one of the class where multiple students are there. Now the question is setting up the class control. So that goes with the settings. Can you see the settings? So that goes with the settings. I'll zoom a little bit again. Yeah, this is settings. So from settings of manage team, again, I'll repeat, for the class managed team, there's a settings option where you can give permission to the students, what they can do. Allow members to create an update channel. Do you want your student to create an update English, math, science subject? No, we generally don't allow them. So you can see I have already unchecked that. Allow members to delete channels. They can delete an English class. No, we will not allow that. Allow members to add and remove apps, will not allow them. So these are some of the permissions which teachers have to set as per the requirement of the class. So that's the area from where they are going to give the permissions. You can see there are permissions like using @ mention. You know, nowadays students have an habit, @Aditya, how are you? Harshi, what are you doing? So we don't want them. So just need to uncheck this. We don't want them to chat personally when we are teaching. So these are some of the settings which you need to see before you start. Even there is one more setting, if you can see, fun stuff. Fun stuff is, you know, if you're going to deal with a smaller age group, you can always allow them. If you're going to deal with senior secondary and secondary, I guess we will not allow them to use all the stickers and everything. So I'll just uncheck that. So this was all about how you can manage your class, add your students into your class, and how you can keep the settings for your class as per your requirement. Now let's see how to add classes to it. Now class is ready. Virtual room number 307 is ready, where room number 307 has a teacher there and a student. But now let's see where the teacher will teach. So I'm going to add a channel to it. Now the next task what comes to us is channels. Channels means we can click on channels and we can add a channel. For example, an English class will go here. So that's an English class. The English class will go here, and here the English teacher will teach. So I can write a small description for her. And now you can see privacy, ma'am. Privacy is something where it is accessible to everyone on the team. Obviously, it has to be accessible. If the English class is hidden from the team, the students cannot see that there's a class. So we'll keep the accessibility on, and we will always keep automatically show this channel. If you don't keep this, it will be a hidden class. Nobody will come to know that there is an English class going on. So you need to keep this checkbox on and click on add. So this is what I've done. I have created room number 302 as my class. In that 302, I have added my English teachers class. The same way, I'll very quickly go to add channels and I'll add more classes to it. Let's say control minus. I'll just have to again, yeah, sorry for making it small. Again, I'll add a channel. The similar fashion, I'll add a maths class, okay, and then I'll keep it automatically show and add. So I have created this class. Now, in order to save time for this demo, what I'll do is I'll just show you a demo class which I've already created. You can use the search bar to move to your classes quickly. So I'm going to demo class 10th, and if you can see, there are various classes here. There is a class, it's loading, right? Okay.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah. So now I'll
It is
show
visible
you.
too.
Okay. So now this is general class. General is a channel where a vice principal ma'am wants to issue some, for example, she wants to give a circular notice. She could use the general area. The second one is a computer class. As I'm teaching computers in 10th A, this is my class. So I can talk with my children by writing a message here. Welcome students. For the first time, I want to greet them. Okay, my class is ready. Now let's invite students. They are already added. We have given them a guideline to download Teams, and once they sign in, they will come to this class. So you can see I can format my message. I can add a message to them and enter. So there goes my message. Krupali ma'am says, welcome students. The students could click on reply and they could reply to me. The second thing is, if I want to share a file, so I can click on this attach file icon, a pin icon which comes with the next one, and I could attach, for example, let me go, just a minute, cancel. I'll do it again. Click on attach file, upload from my computer. The option is upload from my computer, because for the first time when you will enter your class, you have no resources with you. But once you enter, so suppose I've taken this, let me go very quickly to my folder and pick up some guideline JPG. Okay, I got that guideline JPG. So I selected it, upload from my computer. And as you can see, this guidelines.jpg will get attached. If zoom is required, I will zoom it a little bit. So yeah, that's
Fine.
what I selected, the file, right? Okay, and after your file gets attached, what you need to do is you need to press enter key.
So it
the
goes
file,
to the students.
yeah, once you will attach a file, when you click on send button, it will go to your students. So there you go. That's my file which I wanted to share to my class before they come to the online class. So can you see that? And now when
Yes.
multiple files are uploaded, like for example, English teacher has uploaded something in her area. So all this I could show you here. That's an English class. So if the teacher attaches something, it's a Hindi class. So this is just a demo class where teachers were practicing here. And then you go to the files area, you will find all the files which you have uploaded. For example, this is my worksheet which I uploaded here. So you can open from here and you can start teaching from here. So that was all about how to create a class, how to add your students to the class and share your screen. So this was one part which I've explained. Now I will switch back very quickly to the call controls. Right now for that, I'll need to schedule a meeting that's on the calendar. So I'll go to the calendar. I'll click on new meeting. My class was ready, right? I hope this is understood. First, we did the IT admin policies and everything was set up. Then we created class and added student. But now we want to take a class. Today is an English class and I want to join with my student. For that, we are following the step. We are going to calendar. I'm scheduling a class for myself. And let's say I want to schedule a demo class, a computer application class. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
A bit small, but yes, we can make out.
Okay. So
if you can, yes, that's better, much better.
So I wanted to schedule a computer class in the 10th A, and that I will post, for example, required attendees. So suppose the child has not used Teams, if it does not belongs to your school and you want to share to that child. So I always prefer that I write my Gmail ID here so that immediately I'll get a link on this ID. So always preferable, you can invite yourself to generate a link, and that link also could be shared. But if your students are within your organization, then you don't require that step. For example, let's say today's date, 26th April. Let's me take the same timing, 4:30 p.m. from April 26th. I'm taking the same date and 5:30 p.m. So if you see, when I was selecting this date and time, that is from 4:30 to 5:30, it automatically shows 1 hour of class.
Mhm.
Yeah, but suppose I wanted to have a 45 minutes of class. So what I can do is, I wanted to have 1 hour and more 15 minutes to it. So you can see, when I made it 45 manually, 1 hour and 15 minutes. So you can do that anyhow, whatever class duration you want. Add channel. Add channel is your class. You can see my all the classes are ready here. Now I wanted to add this to a demo class. So I will just go to demo class 10th. Can you see this demo class which we have created, and we had multiple subjects in it? But the meeting is for computer, right? The class I have to take for computer because I'm a computer teacher. So I am going to click on computer application. Again, I'll repeat, it is as simple as go to a calendar, schedule that I'm going to take a computer class in 10th A on this particular date, on this particular time, and then you post that meeting into a particular class channel from where the child could join you. That is demo class 10th computer application, and simply click on send. So by doing this, ma'am, what I did was I scheduled a class for today. I'll just go to the day view so the things would be more better to you. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, yes, yes. We
Yeah.
can get you, ma'am. Please.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So now I have scheduled a class on 27th Monday. Okay, sorry, I'll need to go to 26th.
Yes. Today's date.
So I'll just click on today here from the calendar. Can you see computer class 10th A? So that
It is similar to like the events that we create in our calendars in our phone
yeah,
or
generally.
devices.
So when you can double click and you can again edit the time and all.
Mhm.
But once it is posted to one channel, suppose I have posted it to computer channel, then I cannot edit the channel. Though I can edit the time and update to my student, but I cannot edit that particular channel. So that we need to make sure that it goes to a correct class. It should not be to an incorrect. Now this is over. We have scheduled a class, and once you schedule a class, ma'am, right now, you know, I scheduled it 4:30 to 5:30. So there is a join button. If I click on join button, I guess I could give the demo, but I'm not sure whether my audio video will be transferred to that call. But yeah, can I try, or
Yes,
shall I?
yes, we can try. We can try that after joining this, as we can see, whosoever is using Teams for the school thing as well. If you join this, you get in touch with the teacher, and your audio video starts coming up, and this class starts. Obviously, you join the class that has already been started
Yeah.
at 4:30, so it is 4:38. So the class join. Yes,
Yeah, am I
it says
audible?
join now. Yes,
Am
yes,
I
you are
audible?
audible. You are
So
audible.
you could see my screen. Now I got an option that I could join now. Either
Yes.
I can turn off my video. I'll turn it off right now because I'm already connected with all of you. And
Okay.
right now I'll turn off my mic also, and I'll click on join now. So once I connect to that call, the same way I told you, I've added Reena Shah. Reena Shah was the dummy account which I've created, which will be my student who will be joining the same class.
Okay.
So this is, yeah, you can see the call has started. The team's
Yes.
call has started. So now what the teacher is supposed to do is she has to schedule a meeting on the calendar. She has to, and you can see RS, that's Reena Shah has joined. So if I want to see who has joined, I have to go to show participant, and you can see there are 2 participants in this meeting.
And similarly, more students, even the whole class can join in.
Yeah, the whole class will be there, and you will be the organizer of the class. Control lies with you. The rest of them will be as a student attendee. That's how. And you have a lot of feature with the call control where you can turn on and off your camera. You can turn on and off your mic. Even you can, yeah, our class was ready, right? So now I can click on share. And there again, I have an option of sharing my screen, just like what I'm doing right now with this conferencing tool. So I can share my screen to that tool. I can even share my PowerPoint. I can have an interactive whiteboard where I am writing as well as my student are brainstorming on the same topic. topic. So that's an interactive whiteboard, a PowerPoint presentation, a particular window. Just now you told me that only PPT was seen, not the other window. So that what a teacher could do. So these are how the things could work out with a call control. Include system audio is always necessary in case you are going to play a video to your class. So these are the call controls.
There is one question also related to this, if I can ask in between. But can the students also share their screen, or is this feature applicable only for the teacher?
Yeah, exactly. That's very much important. I was looking forward for this question. Yes, we can disallow the students doing the screen. So right now you can see that this is a share screen button on my end, and I was able to share the screen. But the question is quite perfect that students should not be allowed to share the screen. So even before I go to that meeting options, I'll just complete with this much. If you can see, some background effects have opened up. So that is when the teacher is not comfortable or at house, the teacher don't want to tell their children go away, or husband to be aside. What then teacher can do is she could go for a virtual background for herself. It's like what I've selected, and the background, whatever activity is going on, so, there's a beautiful background of house and everything. So the teacher could select any of such background and apply it and then start teaching. So that was one of the options. Okay, let's go to the share screen option. So this is how you can see your participant. When you will ask question, automatically that child's video. So I'll just turn on my video from RS account and I'll show you how it looks. So for example, I have turned on my video for Reena Shah. Probably, is it not visible for me? Okay.
You can turn on your video and Reena, you can see you.
Yes. So I have turned it on. So that's what your student could turn it on and off. But please keep telling your students to turn on their video only, because the video, when they will turn it on, you can immediately switch to that video and see what the child is doing in the class. Okay, let's talk about the meeting option. I'll hang up this call here. That was all about the call controls. Let's go back where we scheduled the calendar. Yeah, so we were here. So we scheduled our meeting in the calendar. I'll just close this. We need to set the meeting options for that share screen. So let's disable many, or let's keep some restrictions on the students also. So simply you need to go to calendar. This is the ellipse button. Whenever you don't find any option, you can always go for these 3 dots. Just go to the calendar. On your calendar, by default, you will see the meeting which you've scheduled. Again, I'll make it today. I just want to see what was scheduled for today. So I click on today. It's always good to turn the view to day view. Now you see this meeting. So you have to double click on that meeting. And a very important feature here is meeting options. Those who want to know it, please note it down. Once a meeting is scheduled, your class work is not done. You're just, your vice principal has told you to go to this class and take the lecture. But when you do this meeting options, if you could see, it is given here, meeting options. When you will click on that meeting options, the meeting options will lead you to few options. For example, who can bypass the lobby? Ma'am, we have seen that in many of the conferencing tools, we find that anybody could enter the lobby with the link and the password. So here, if I make it people in my organization, nobody else can enter into my classroom. That's the benefit, right? Who can bypass the lobby? Is it there on your screen, ma'am? Shall I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So there are 4 options, ma'am, for my class. The first is who can bypass the lobby. Let's make it people in my organization, so that only those people who are a part of my institute can only access that. The second is always let callers bypass the lobby. It depends again on the teacher's choice. If teachers want the students to be before them, they can put it yes. If the teacher want to take one by one, admit them inside, they can keep it no. Right? The third one is announce when callers join or leave. This is, suppose for example, a child leaves in between the classroom and the teacher is busy teaching. So she can keep it yes, so that there will be a notification on the screen that so-and-so child is leaving the class. But the most important of all is who can present. Please make it only me. Right? You have to make it only me. I'll zoom again to this option as it is a very important option. Who can present? Who can present should be only me. Now, what does the effect? If I click on who can present only me, I mean to say that users will not be able to share their screen. Users will not be able to take away the control of the presentations. Users will not be able to mute, unmute each other, or neither mute the teacher. See, yeah, that's a little bit funny part of the thing. This, if the teacher does not do this, yes, the students could mute you. It may happen that you are keeping on speaking and speaking, and the student are not interested in your talk, and they may mute you. So, in order to save from that, yeah, you can do that. In case by mistake you defined a meeting which was wrong or incorrect, the day timings were not appropriate. Because see, one more feature was the UTC time zone. We generally know we don't take care of each and every parameter. So we need to make sure that the time zone should be plus 5:30 for India. It has to be Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, New Delhi. If you don't look forward for that parameter here, then obviously it may happen that for you, you set at 10:30. For the child, it will be 10:30 at night. So make sure that you see the time zone when you're scheduling a meeting with meeting options to take the class control. And if you want to cancel the meeting, you can click on cancel meeting. That was all about how to schedule your class. And once your class is scheduled on the calendar, how you could join your class. I think I have completed with most of the important part of Teams with the classroom restrictions, settings and all.
That's great.
So
Sounds very useful. Sounds very easy to use. At least sounds like that. Can you brief us about the complexities of usage, if you find any?
Yeah, definitely. See, the first thing what is complex here is, ma'am, the training of your teachers. Because you know now when I was talking about Teams, if I could just show you from my taskbar, there are two windows of Teams. So far, whatever conferencing tool we are using, it has only one part. Just turn on the window and talk to your but just turn and I'll just escape the slideshow, and you just need to turn on your window and start talking to your student. That was the only part. But here you have a lot of things to be learned. One is call control, when you will turn on and off your video, when you will schedule your class properly, adding your class students into it. Plus, you need to make sure that the restrictions are given to the class, and all your file resources which you want to upload and share with your student, you can do it on this medium. For example, I'll show you this class again. I'll just quickly write demo class 10th, and the teachers could be handy with the file. So if I go to my files channel, I have already uploaded the resources for my class, which is accessible to both of us. Like, for example, I want to tell my students, okay, children, check the computer assignment. They can go from here. And I too have that file uploaded here. So I could just go to upload and upload from files. So this is how collaboration is also being done here. And as well as there's one more feature, assignment. But I think time will not permit me to
No, people are asking about these things, ma'am. Like, can we take tests? Can we give assignments? Can we give grades via Teams? So we should just,
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that point. It will hardly
fire
take
thing
minutes.
we have to
Yeah,
do.
definitely. I'll do that. So this is how I'm sharing a file with my student with the file area of my classroom. There were two areas, post and file. So now I was uploading the file. Let me take any of the e-content very quickly. I'll go to any of the e-content. Yeah, this is class 9th. I'm taking a class 9th lesson e-content. So suppose I'm going to teach today basics of IT, and I have a very nice PDF created on it. So I will upload it into this computer assignment area. And when the class is there, I'll share my screen. I'll come back to Teams on this area and I'll start teaching. You can see it is written here, uploading one item. Yeah, that means file now it is uploaded. You can see the uploaded. So from here, the teacher could get, and this thing, no, ma'am, you can keep it ready beforehand. You can schedule meeting a day before. You can upload the file which you require, and you see now my file is there. So now it becomes easier for me to talk to my student about computer system. And this is actually accessible after the class also. This is generally not available in real classroom environment. The students, whenever they have a doubt, they could open my PPT and they could go through the PDF. Yeah, we will quickly close this. And
similarly, we can assign assignments also. Yeah.
Yes, so there is an assignment tab which goes to the general channel, not into a particular class channel. It goes to general. You just have to click on assignment, and you can create assignment within 2 minutes. It won't take much time for a teacher who already has an assignment. You have to click on create. So I think the assignment is loaded. Okay. Is it loaded now? Yeah. So I'll just click on create. Yeah, I will click on create an assignment. So simple fields will open on a teacher's end where they have to just name the assignment of appropriate title. So suppose again I have a computer assignment. So an appropriate title a teacher could give here. Then enter the instruction that please submit the assignment. I'll just scroll. Okay. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, please submit the assignment by Thursday, something like that, or by a particular date. I'll just put it Thursday very quickly. And then I could add a resources, what assignment I'm giving. So again, when you click on add resources, you will be asked from where do you want to upload. So if you've already taken a class, you will find from your OneDrive also. Otherwise, you can upload it from your device. So I'll go from upload from this device and I'll quickly fetch an assignment which is with me. So, okay, I have an assignment here. I'll upload that. So that again, the same file I'm uploading. So you can see this chapter 1 computer system.pdf. I've given a reference material that children refer this PDF and answer few questions. So that's done. So now I have to schedule on which date the assignment will go to the student and to which child I'm going to assign it. If you could see demo class 10th, assigned to whom? Assigned to demo class 10th, all students. You want to assign it specifically to a child, you can even do it from here. And then on a particular date and a time. Date could be selected from the calendar icon here. If I click on date, this is the date from calendar. I could schedule a date and a time. So yes, this is what you could do with your assignment. You can assign to a particular class. Even I want to assign to 2-3 classes at a time. So I can select few more classes, whatever classes I have. So right now I'm doing it for demo class 10th and click on assign. So again, I'll repeat the steps. To create new assignment in a general channel, there is a post assignment and you have to click on create assignment. So can you see this, ma'am? Computer assignment is generated. So if I double click on it, I could see the detail and even there is a view to the teacher. How will the student see? So I'll go to student view and you can see here. The student will see the assignment just like this. Please submit the assignment or reference material. And student work, right now it is none. If a child sees, there will be an option add work. So children could click on add work. So right now what our teachers are doing is, they are taking the entire notebook for correction like this. They ask the student to download a app and they scan the notebook and they upload it in the add work. So this is how the assignment.
There are a few questions, ma'am, if we can take it.
Yeah, sure.
But like, we need to add students one by one or we can add a group also?
Yeah, you can add multiple students at a time. You
multiple
can add
students at a time.
Yeah.
Okay. And then people are even asking that how teachers can disallow students. Like you said that you have to disallow students so that they don't mute you. But screen sharing was one concern, that if we don't disallow students, can students do the screen sharing? Can students share their screen? And how to disallow them?
No, that is again from the IT admin policy settings. So what I did for myself was I went with the IT admin and I got that policy disabled for the student. There are two types of user. One user is student and the other one is teacher. For teacher, you give all the rights, whether the teacher is able to share whiteboard, PPT, everything. But for student, you restrict the rights to not allowed sharing of all the things. So half of your work is done. But yes, setting the meeting option is again a good option, where you could mute, unmute. The child will not get that right to mute, unmute, or take away control of your class.
Do you see any privacy issue, like when using Teams, whatever messages I'm communicating to the teacher, I say, as a parent, that is visible to everyone? So is there any privacy issue? I can send private messages to the teacher for a private conversation or something, or the student and teacher can communicate privately?
Yeah, ma'am. For the privacy issue, as I told earlier also, this is a very secure platform. I'll just quickly share my screen for the last thing, privacy.
Yeah.
Now, what is the privacy issue here is, we are concerned about the recordings, the class recordings. For example, where does the class recording go? So, yeah, I'll just press F5. The class recordings are generally shared within the school organization. It does not go to a YouTube channel or it does not go somewhere else. So if I just go what happens after the class, this is what we all we have done till here. Now it was, yes, after classes, you can access the meeting recording. That means if there were 40 students in the class, those 40 students could access the recording as well as the teachers could access the recording, not even the admin, until unless the rights are given on the stream. Even I could view response to the conversation within the class channel. None of the other students from other class could look into my classroom. So this is what the privacy matters, that all your recordings automatically uploads to a channel with the same admin account. That is known as stream. It is something like a YouTube channel. Can you see on the screen?
Yes.
There's an image. So if I have a worksheet, if I've taken this class, all this goes to my class only. And it is again free for education. You can store up to 50 GB per video. and there could be 5 left total videos to be stored on your own organization. So now you don't have to upload anything on YouTube channel or create your YouTube channel for this. The teachers for their school, they can upload it on their own stream, and from there they could access within the classroom. So that's what the privacy matters here.
Yes, and yes, please continue, please.
Yeah, ma'am. One question was about how to conduct a test and assessment.
Yes.
So yeah,
that's what I was coming to that only.
Yeah, ma'am. So there is invoking multiple apps. We have a possibility, if you might have seen post file and there was plus icon. So that plus icon here shows that we can involve many apps into it. So that app, you can have a form, Microsoft form or a Google form over there. You can have a video responses of Flipgrid, which yesterday we have a session on Flipgrid. That could be added to your Teams. OneNote could be added to your Teams, and many other apps could be added to your class by just clicking on the plus icon of your channel. So that is, I think that will help with the assessment feature. We can create a form for assessment, and that form could be attached to your class.
Another question that is very common in these sessions, since we are doing it regularly, we compare different platforms, like how is it beneficial or what are the drawbacks of using Teams as per Google Classroom or anything else.
Yeah, I would like to draw the attention of the audience over here. So yeah, see, each and every platform, being a technology person, I would say that each and every platform has its own features. But when I talk about Teams, I found this particular software as a all-in-one solution. When I say all-in-one solution in terms of data privacy and compliance policies, I found it secure for my staff, student, parents, and teachers using it. I found it in terms of data. Data is also lying there. If you could see, there were 2 windows. One window was only for calling and talking to your students. The other window was holding all your files and programs. But whatever file we are sharing with the third-party softwares, it goes to the third-party apps. Whatever files you will be sharing here will remain within your organization only.
Okay. We have a caller to take in the end of the session. We have a caller. Please, apna naam bataiye.
Hello.
Yeah, please tell your name.
Myself Rachita Kurana, ma'am. I'm from Panchkula. I
Okay.
wanted to ask whether we can add multiple channels.
Yes, you can add multiple channels. As I've shown you, I was adding channel of English, and then again I clicked on add channel in a class maths. So what did I do is there were 8 subjects being taught in that particular class. So I added those 8 channels there. So this is possible, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for all this information. Of course, Teams is one thing that I am wondering. I will try to ask that again. When I'm sending any message to the teacher, say there is English class going on and I could not join or I do anything, and I need to, talk to tell the teacher that my son has not been able to understand this, or my son has not been able to copy whatever she's sharing the screen and telling him to copy. So at that time, these messages, whatever I'm typing, rather than talking directly, I'm messaging. This is going like I can read others' messages as well, like some other parent has some other issue in the class, and even whatever I am saying, I am communicating to the teacher, it is seen by others as well. So it is like this platform only, or there is a possibility of sharing private messages that others don't read it?
Yeah, there is a platform, ma'am. There is a platform. I'll tell you. So every school has a school portal or an app for the school where private messages goes to the school. So here, what you can do is this Teams could be synced with the school data sync system. There is then again, if you go to plus and you can have a school data sync. So once you do with school data sync, what will happen is your portal is attached to the Teams. So now whatever messages you are sharing via portal or an app to the school teachers, it will go to the teachers directly via Teams, and nobody else will be able to see. The another feature is an chat box. Chat box is enabled not for the students, but yeah, it could be for the teachers as well as for the parent. And even there is an automatic daily digest plan or weekly digest scheme there in Teams, where a parent will get weekly updates about what the child is doing automatically. The entire data gets exported to MS Excel, and from MS Excel, the sheet could be automatically shared to a parent's email ID. But that is again a process of IT admin. Yeah.
Last 30 seconds we have. Stickers and memes, you searched off them, but they are very interesting for the students. So can we keep them on so that they find it interesting to submit their assignments and use them?
Yeah, definitely we can keep it on. The reason is, that's what I say, it depends on user to user. For example, I'm teaching about, when I take trainings for pre-primary teachers, I always tell them that keep all this audio, video, everything on for them, let them reflect, because those is the age group where they have to reflect. But when we are dealing with senior secondary students or secondary school students, where we don't want them to focus more on such part, we want them to focus on academics, so at that time we can turn it off. So that's again in the managed class option only, the teacher could turn it on and off.
Okay, thank you so much for answering our queries, and the viewers are really happy with the presentation. As I can see in our comment section, they are appreciating this Teams platform, and I hope people use it thoroughly during their classroom sessions with the teachers, with the parents, with the students. All of them are using it. Thank you so much, Kripali ji, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Neha ma'am, for all your support and coordination in the past 2 days. I'm very grateful to Professor Amrendra Behra, Angel ma'am, Indu ma'am, and entire CIT NCERT team. I'm thankful to my school, Udgam School for Children, the entire management, for giving me this opportunity and platform to update myself with the latest technologies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. And we will come up with new such sessions and such learning management systems in our future webinar sessions. Stay tuned. Namaskar.
Namaskar.